Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
Let me remove Sean and see if he behaves himself this time. I don't remember why you were on the list. Wasn't sure why. Do you remember?
I don't. It has to be misbehavior.
Well, I could tell you what I think it is, though you might not agree with my interpretation.
When does anyone ever admit that they got server muted justifiably?
Because I don't believe I did. But if you're not interested in, there's no point in me talking about it then. It's fine.
Well, vast majority of people in prison don't think they're in there justifiably either.
Does this mean that everybody in prison is there justifiably?
Most of them.
And does this mean you stop listening to all of them? Because you might miss the ones that aren't then.
Where did you get the idea we were suggesting that?
All right then. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Well, maybe we should maybe we should follow AOC, that genius of societal, development, that we should reduce the number of prisons.
Yeah, that's just dumb. You an atheist, Sean? You ain't gotta get into no debate or nothing. I'm just curious.
I am.
Okay. Have you ever challenged anybody in this server on why God doesn't exist or anything like that?
This would probably be the second time I've been on this particular server. So no. But I have had discussions with other people on other servers.
Would you be willing to have a discussion now?
If we keep it friendly, sure.
All right, so how is it that there is no God?
I just don't think there is one. I don't know there isn't one.
So you deny. So you believe there is no God without a rational basis. So your God denialism is irrational?
Well, to put it more easy to understand, in the same way that I'm pretty sure that there's no elves or fairies, I'm pretty sure there's no God.
It never fails to happen. Was I not just talking about this? This is just too funny.
Well,
may I ask then why that statement is funny? Why does that sound bad?
Well, because this is a typical atheist kind of reasoning, and it's very shallow and completely unsophisticated. Okay,
we hear that
don't believe
all the time.
Yeah, we don't believe in those things because we have excellent reasons why they don't exist. Do you have an excellent reason why God doesn't exist?
Well, I disagree with that particular premise. I don't see what the excellent reason that they don't exist would be. Like what
tell me. So specifically tell me what that I said that you object to.
Well, I just asked the question. Like you said, you have specifically good reasons to not believe in, say, elves or fairies. But
yes.
But why? What specific reasons would you have versus God?
Okay. The reason why we don't believe in elves and fairies and leprechauns and vampires and unicorns, okay, and Santa Claus, because were they to actually exist, we would expect that we have some reasonable or reliable sightings of them. Okay, it's called the evidence. The absence of evidence is evidence of absence. Okay, so if there were leprechauns or fairies, right, we would expect that there would be some people who made at least a superficial legitimate claim as having encountered them. But we don't have anybody who is not insane, right, making these claims.
I would agree with that. But that's the thing. I would expect to see this evidence. I don't see this evidence, so I don't think these things exist. I can't rule out the possibility that they do. That I just
Of course you do.
Right.
Of course you do. The point is we atheists keep on interjecting into these conversation this idea of quote absolute certainty. Okay, it's a canard, and the reason why is only God Himself has, in one sense, absolute certainty. Okay, because God's omniscient. The rest of us are just simply going to have beliefs that have varying degrees of warrant or justification, and the on one end where we have the most warrant or justification for a belief, we call that knowledge, and if we have lesser warrant and justification, but for belief, we call that we just call that belief. Okay. Now the point is, you definitely do not believe fairies exist. Okay, but you see, the interesting thing enough is simply this: we're yet to hear how it is that God doesn't exist.
Yeah, is there something you would necessarily expect that if God did exist that you don't see?
Sorry, there was like a double negative in there. Say that again.
I said, is there something that you would necessarily expect, given if God did exist, that you would in fact do not see, in which you say God doesn't exist?
No. I think the answer is no. If I understand you correctly, that's part of the problem, though. If you're talking about, depending on how you define God, if you're talking about like the omni God. I cannot think of anything like supposedly he's all powerful. So he
That's
could hide
not
himself from me.
that's local atheism. We're talking about global atheism, sir. There is no God.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Global atheism is there are no gods, there is no God, there is no creator. Local atheism says, I don't believe in this God, I don't believe in this God, I don't believe in that God. Okay. It's just restricted to local iterations. Okay. Are you a global atheist? Oh, you're not?
No, I mean,
So which God do you believe in then?
Well, I think you're misstating my position, or you're trying to.
I didn't misstate anything. A global atheist is one who believes, okay, there are no gods. Okay. A local atheist says, I don't believe in God X, I don't believe in God Y, I don't believe in God Z. But they don't make a global statement that they believe that there are no gods. Do you believe there is no God or gods?
No, what I believe.
Good. Then you're a global atheist.
Let me finish, right? You're stating that the global atheist makes a positive statement. I believe there are no gods. That is not my position. So I'm.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Do you know how many times we've heard this over the last 10 years? This is tiresome. Okay, listen carefully. Okay,
just friendly.
Is
right?
your position, Sean? Listen, just so we save you time and me time. Okay, I've heard this line of reasoning a gazillion times. We can just cut to the chase. Sean, do you believe that you are non-committal toward the existence of God?
Yes.
Okay, Sean, why have you selected the only word in the English language that designates the denial of God?
What do you mean?
Sean, the word atheist is the only word in the English language which designates the falsity and denial of God. Why have you selected that word when you're non-committal toward the existence or non-existence of God? If you're truly neutral, why have you adopted the only word in the English language which exemplifies non-neutrality and the denial of the existence of God?
Look, I'm not really, as long as I'm not, if you want to define atheist in a particular way, that's fine, right? As long as you understand.
Sean, listen to me. Sean, I don't know how old you are. I'm a 60-year-old man. This is so tiresome. It's so childish. I'm not defining atheism in any way, okay? Atheism is defined by the reference works. And when we go and look at the reference works, they have for several hundred years, and they still do, reference that atheism is the denial of the existence of God. Now, in a couple, but not most of the reference works, they will include a secondary definition of lack of belief. But lack of belief is ambiguous because everyone who denies the existence of God lacks belief in God. The point is this, okay? Is there a word in the English language at all that designates the denial of the existence of God? Does such a word exist, Sean?
I am not sure, but
Okay, we're done. Thank you for your time, Sean. You just demonstrated that you are a liar. Thank you for the conversation. Okay, now you're lying.
What's he lying about?
He said that he's not sure that there is any English word which designates the denial of the existence of God. That is a lie.
Oh, there
He's
is. It's
lying.
called atheism, man.
Yeah, he's lying. Okay? He can't possibly be that ignorant.
can I respond without you interrupting me?
Sean, how old are you?
I don't see that that's relevant, but
Sean, how old are you? Sean, how old are you? Sean, how old are you? I want to know how long you've been on this planet in the English-speaking world, okay? Is English your first language?
This is really none of your business. And
okay, thank you for the time, Sean. Now, here we have a prime example, empathy, respect, of an atheist doing his best Emmy or Academy Award winning performance that they're trying to be truthful, but they're lying through their teeth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see, empathy.
So,
he was lying through his teeth. Okay.
Oh, that would explain probably why he was duct taped the first time.
By the way, did you get that, Tom Rabbit?